What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Also, if you're new here, welcome to the channel. So today we will be tearing down our 305 small block Chevy Crossfire injection. We're going to at least get the top end off in this video, if not tear the whole thing down. So yeah, biggest things that we're going to need to be looking out for is I really want to look out for cam wear, see if there was anything wrong with the cam or the lifters, but this thing ran very smooth before I pulled it out, so I doubt that there's anything actually wrong with the engine, but those are just like little things to look out for. Before we can go ahead and start actually tearing the engine down, one thing that we're going to have to do is, well, it's actually a few things that we have to do. I still need to take the starter off, the water pump, and the front pulley. With that, I also want to take off the NOx sensor. I got two temperature sensors right here. I actually just found out the other day that this sensor is the one that talks to the computer, and this one is the one that sends your reading to the dash. So the temperature gauge on your dash is connected to that one. Also, I had the oil sending unit back here, but I actually already took that off when I was doing a couple other things with the engine. So we're gonna get the sensors off and the other accessories off, and then once that happens, we'll pull the intake off and we'll take a look at the lifter valley. I think this is the factory starter. It doesn't. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. Almost everything else on this engine was still factory when I got it, so I wouldn't be surprised if the starter was never changed on this. I mean, it's not like it needed to change. Anyways, all right, starter. All right, while we let the NOx sensor and the computer temperature system, the computer temperature sensor soak in PV blaster or WD-40, we're going to take the old water pump off here, get that taken care of. That's easy. Right, that's off. All right. Got the NOx sensor. So I turned off the GoPro when I ran into trouble with this because I don't get a lot of battery life on this thing. But yeah, so when I first tried doing, the inside of the NOx sensor actually started spinning around and the housing part stayed stuck in there. So what I ended up doing is I put a pair of vice grips around the outside of the housing here and just started beating it with a hammer after I lit it up with a torch, and finally it came free. So yeah. So that's good. All the sensors are out of it now. I also sustained a minor injury because I was dumb and didn't take the heat shield for the spark plugs off, and I wasn't wearing gloves. So yeah. Alright, now that we got the harmonic balancer off, I'm actually going to take the timing chain cover off real quick just because I want to see how loose that is. I'll also probably be pulling the cam in this video too, so it's going to come off anyway, so I'm going to pull that real quick. Hi, I'm an idiot. So I kind of forgot you had to take the oil pan off to get the timing chain cover off, but it's fine. It's whatever. So I want to show you a couple things real quick. First of all, timing chain. A little loose on that side, but you know, not. It's just 40 years of driving basically. So yeah, that'll be changed out. We're gonna go with a double roller on that. And then down here in the oil pan. Here, let me show you something real quick. Is that metallic in there? So I don't know how well you can see that. It's focusing in, but it looks kind of shiny. I don't know if that's just from, it's just 40 years old and metal's gonna wear down a little bit over time with all the moving parts, or if something actually started to go. So we'll take a look at that cam when we tear it down here, because I was going to try to see if anyone's rebuilding a stock Crossfire injection, if they'd be interested in that cam. But I don't know, maybe it's going a little bit, I don't know, kind of shiny. So yeah, we'll see. Okay, now we're going to get into the cool stuff. We're going to take this off and take a look at the lifter valley. So let's get to it. Alrighty, these look pretty good. Nothing looks bent. It's always a good sign, right? Okay. Oh yeah, I heard that the back passages on the Crossfire were blocked. For all you Crossfire people out there, why is that? Why were the water jackets blocked off? Crossfire, I want to know. Alright, let's get a flashlight and take a look at the cam. Have one around here somewhere. Right there. Yeah, I'm not seeing any. Sorry, I just realized you guys weren't seeing it that good. I'm not seeing anything major down in here yet that would indicate cam being worn. So alright, I guess what we're gonna do next is take the rocker arms off, pull the push rods, get the lifters out. I will make sure that I label the lifters correctly so they match up to the cam right. And yeah, then we can start thinking about getting the cam pulled out here. Cool. Alright, so like I said, now we're going to move on to pulling off the Alright, I'm not going to show you me doing that again over on this side, so we're just going to do it. So we're moving on to pulling the lifters out now, and I got to say that these things don't look half bad at all. The mating surfaces appear to be rather smooth and not worn in, so this cam is still looking pretty good so far. We'll see though when she actually comes out. Now I am making sure that I know exactly which lifter is going where on the cam, because you want to, for those of you that may not know, on flat tappet cams like this, these surfaces mate to the cam, and if you were to take this one, which just came out of the let's see, this is the exhaust lifter on cylinder 7. So if you were to take this and put it on the intake lifter of, let's say, cylinder 1, it would probably wipe your cam out, because for the last 40 years it has been mated to the cam exactly in that spot right there, and it's mated exactly to the lobe on the cam of where it's been sitting. So I'm just gonna keep getting these guys out of here. And then we'll move on to pulling the cam out. Nice and slow, like getting the cam out. You don't want to damage these lobes. Just like that. Alright, I'm not really seeing anything on the cam that would indicate a bearing or a lobe being worn down. It looks pretty good, not gonna lie. Yeah, I would say this is, you know, a pretty decent stock cam for the Crossfire. If anyone is looking to rebuild a stock Crossfire injection for a full, you know, restore of the car, if you need a cam, let me know. I have the lifters to match with it, and they look pretty good themselves. So nothing to indicate the cam's being wiped anywhere. It all looks pretty good, I think. So yeah. All right, now that that's done, let's pull the heads. Alright, a trick. I'm leaving 2 head bolts pretty much as loose as they can be without being out of the block. They're there to hold the head on when I start smacking it with the mallet, so that way the head doesn't fall off when if I give it too hard of a smack. So here we go. Caught it. Got it. We're good. Holy shit. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad in there at all. This one looks like it's a little scratchy, but it's not too bad. Looks pretty good. Yeah. Alright, let's do the other side. Alright, so here it is. Cylinder walls look pretty good over on this side too. But I think that's going to do it for this one. We'll make this a part 1, and then we'll do a part 2 of getting the pistons and the crank out. But overall, I'm really happy with how the inside of this thing ended up looking. And we got everything set out over here. Cannot wait to get these heads done. I think these heads are going to be really, really cool. But yeah, this one right here is pretty oil soaked, so I'm pretty sure the valve cloud on that one's gone. I haven't really looked at the underside of this yet, but I would have to assume that I haven't really checked the seals on this head yet, but I would assume that they're probably pretty close to how those look there. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the top end. You got the stock manifold sitting over there. Sorry, my garage is fucking disgusting. But we're gonna go ahead and we'll rotate the engine over real quick. Hold on. Hey y'all, I didn't get to finish filming last night, so here we are. We're gonna finish this up today. Really, I'm just gonna be talking about like the closing stuff on this engine. We flipped it over, so you know, here's the crank, the rods and the pistons. Everything in there looks pretty good. We'll know more once we pull the caps off here, take a look at the bearings. But I don't think there's going to be any issues with it. Yeah, so next big thing that we're going to do is we're going to get this block disassembled. We're going to pull the rotating assembly out, pull the pistons, the connecting rods, the crank, the main caps, all of that, come out, just get this down to a bare block. Then we're going to take the block over to a machine shop here, or an engine performance shop rather, over here north of DC, and then they're going to do everything from boring my block out to balancing the rotating assembly, because I'm getting new pistons, and then they're also going to do all the head work too. And I think I'm actually going to build the heads myself, minus them tapping out the studs. So I'm going to give them the studs that we're going to be using for this, have them drill and tap, put those in, but everything else with like putting the valves and the springs and the retainers and all that in, we're going to do that ourselves. But yeah, other than that, we just got to tear this down and get it ready to go get cleaned up and ready for the new parts. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you haven't done it already, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you want to stick around and check out how the engine build goes, and actually the build on the car in general. And you know, give me a thumbs up if you like this video. And other than that, we'll see you in the next one. Bye.